So what do you do when one of your favorite musicians is in multiple bands? Well, you're going to follow each and every single one of them. And I am so glad I did with this last one. Nomad by Sky Architect. So Sky Architect is a heavy progressive rock band from the Netherlands. They're very modern by infusing the crazy jazzy style of music with kind of a newer metal vibe to it without going like straight into metal. So kind of like a heavy rock, heavy metal stylings, but very, very modern. The band is comprised of Wabe Winger. Again, I'm going to butcher each and every single one of these names. I apologize, but he's playing the main guitars. Rick Van Honk on the keyboards, Christian Brun on drums, and if you followed me up until this point, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Christian's. Joining these guys, we also have Tom Lunches, I think, with the singer-guitarist, and Gus Van Meriel on bass. And so these five guys just really blend very, very well. As I said, that jazzy, very complex, and very precise feeling and essence of music. Time signatures are all over the place. The rhythm sections are very, very precise. And the blending of the keyboards and the guitars are very, synced up very, very well. And this is what we find with Nomad. Nomad being their fourth studio release since 2010. And this is the first one that I really, really dove into. I discovered this guy last week, and I've been really enjoying diving into a lot of these tracks. And the album opens up very, very strong with Wasteland. And Wasteland really sets the stage for what's to be expected on this album. It has that driving force that you expect, especially from a lot of the modern kind of metal bands. And Wasteland has a lot of the ebbs and flows. It's very heavy at times, very meaty within the guitar playings, as well as very light. Like, it does go through peaks and valleys. And Wasteland also opens up with a sound that Beardfish used to employ quite a bit, and it just brought me back to Beardfish, because not only is it the exact sound, but it's also the structure that they have. But from Wasteland, we come into The Endless Roads, Part 1 and 2. I love when a band splits up these songs like that. This one opens up very melodically and still very heavy, very tension-like. It was at this point that I realized that even though a lot of these songs are very, very complex and crazy, it's also very catchy as well. Like, when we get into the chorus of this, just the overall atmosphere is so catchy, you can't help but kind of hum along and enjoy the ride. And The Endless Roads Part 2 is just a purely instrumental and a very slow burn build. And me being me, I love the slow burn build. When we get to the final part, this track is just over 7 minutes, almost 7.5 minutes. And when we get to near the end part of that, it just... And speaking about Beardfish, Nomad, the title track, really starts off like a Beardfish song. Again, it's nearly a full-on carbon copy of it. It's almost like playing too close to that influence. There's wearing your influence on your sleeve, there's emulating your influences, and then it's almost like stealing from your influences as well. But Nomad is still a fun track. It's still kind of bopping. It's still keeping the momentum through. I never feel bored during that. And also blends very well into the next song of Dune. And Dune is another slow burn. It starts off very heavy and then kind of slows down and builds itself back up. And by the time it builds up near the end, it's such a hard-hitting punch that I can't help but really start grooving along to it. This is where those really complex time signatures come in, because it keeps ebbing and flowing and changing, almost like a serpent that keeps changing its direction as it's coming towards a main goal. And this complex essence is found within the next one of Sandwalker. And I really like how, you got Nomad, Dune, and Sandwalker kind of blending into one another in this 3-part track. Sandwalker again keeps that time signature crazy. The intermixing between all the musicians and all the stylings is just so in your face that it's hard not to pay attention to it. Along with all of this blends into Race to the Sun, and Race to the Sun is kind of their single off of this album. They have a music video. I've left that here as well as down below. And this opens the door to the final tracks, the final suite of Into Singularity, part 1 and 2. This guy really takes its time to build, and it almost feels like a Sid Arthur groove to it as well. Like, it's mellow, it's pretty calm in comparison to a lot of the songs that have come up to this point. When we come into this portion, the inertia has really kept it through, and it is driving pretty heavily at this point. Now, I wish, instead of ending on a very mellow note, I wish that this stretched a little bit longer and gave us a powerhouse ending. I'm not going to complain with the ending that we got, but I do wish that it was a powerhouse ending instead of a finalized slow burn into oblivion. Overall, I really enjoyed this album, and I love really diving into it. There are a few issues that I have with it. Even though this album is touching an hour point, it never feels too bloated, and it never feels too short as well. I think it's just at the perfect time slot. Overall, I love this album. You should definitely check it out. I'd have to say probably download this album. This is one that should be readily available on your computer at any time, so definitely download it if you can. And that's about it. So what did you guys think of Nomad by Sky Architect? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, let me know by commenting below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. I'm going to be holding a live stream album at the beginning of next month on August 1st. I know I've already advertised it as July 31st, but July 31st is the Monday. I'm having it on the Tuesday, August 1st. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you can join me for that. I'm going to be listening to my favorite album, and I'm going to be talking about it as it occurs. So I hope you can join me for that. Mark it off on your calendars. As I said, thank you so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.